Hi everyone, my name is Falasha Mahadevia. I've had the privilege of knowing Bhupi Uncle my entire life. He wasn't just a family friend, he was a part of the fabric of my childhood, woven into the moments that made growing up feel special. I'm 21 now, and for every one of those years, he was a constant presence, filling my life with warmth, joy, and amazing food. If I had to choose one word to describe Bhupi Uncle, it would be celebration. He didn't just live life, he embraced it, cherished it, and made sure everyone around him did too. When I was 11 years old, all I wanted for my birthday was to go to Curry Leaf, the restaurant he and Sunitha Auntie owned at the time. When I walked in, there were balloons, decorations, bottomless gulab jamun, and endless mango lassi. It wasn't just a meal, it was a moment that made me feel loved, seen, and special. That was who he was. He found joy in making others happy and in making people feel like they mattered. As a child, I also watched him on stage, his voice filling the room, alluring everyone in the audience. His performances were lively, and I remember feeling like a VIP because I knew him beyond the stage. More than anything, he taught me that passion isn't something you outgrow. He carried his love for music with him throughout his life, and in doing so, he showed me the beauty of holding on to the things that bring us joy. Over the past 2 years, I came to admire something even greater than his talent, his kindness, or his love for celebration. I admired his mind. I've spent a little bit of time studying the human body, learning about the limits of medicine and the unpredictable nature of illness. But if there's something science has proven, it is that the mind is one of the most powerful tools we have. And Bhupi Uncle knew how to use his. He approached his health challenges with an unshakable spirit, not just enduring treatment, but actively choosing resilience. A 6-month prognosis turned into 2 years, and while medicine played its role, I have no doubt that his mindset helped defy the odds. He taught me that sometimes fighting isn't just about the body, it's about will to hold on to life, to carve out more time, to make every moment count. Throughout it all, my dad was by his side. Every appointment, every fight with insurance, every impossible decision. I watched him battle for one of his best friends, refusing to accept anything less than everything possible. Their friendship was a testament to the kind of love that isn't just about showing up in good times, but standing firm in the hardest ones. Bhupi Uncle, thank you for being a constant in my life. Thank you for showing me what it means to celebrate, not just the big milestones, but the small everyday joys. You taught me that laughter is just as important as resilience, and that strength isn't just about enduring, but about embracing life fully. No matter how much time passes, you will always be a part of me, in the songs I sing too loudly, in the meals I share, in every moment I choose joy in the way you did. Your love, your voice, your spirit stay with me always. Thank you.
And now for one of his closest friends that stood by him all the time, Rajan.
Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal to all who have gathered here today to celebrate the life of my dear friend Bhupi. He will be dearly missed. The journey of 26 years of a friendship was one of the best journeys that one could have imagined to have. As my daughter just mentioned, he was the spirit of life. He knew how to live life to the fullest, always liked to laugh, and people who know him very close also knew his favorite words were MCBC, for all of you that understand that. But it's a very difficult moment, for me to talk. Otherwise, I could talk for hours about him. But may his soul rest in peace, Bhupi. You are there with us in spirit, kind, mind, and body, always, and you will be dearly missed. I'm sorry I'm getting emotional, but he was the epitome of friendship. I love you, Bhupi. May you stay blessed, and may your next afterlife be better than the one you had this time. But you will be missed. Thank you.
He collected friends wherever he went. And then, of course, some more. One of his oldest friends here in the Chicagoland area is Cecil, who's known him from way back in India from his college days. Cecil.
Where's your bunny? Take your bunny. Yeah, we're coming back here.
Morning. It's very difficult to come and speak, especially on these kind of occasions. Bhupi and me go back 46 years. We were in college together. He used to represent college in singing, and I used to represent for athletics. And we used to meet, and we had a great time till his departure time. We would definitely miss his one-liners. The chutkulas that he keeps on saying was something wonderful which we will be missing. Bhupi, he's a Singh, a lion who fought the final stages of his life. Doctors told him that he has few months, but he is a fighter. He really fought a good fight. Many of my friends from college, they call me. One of them is Vijay. He told me especially to convey his condolences. And Thomas and few of our friends, they are out of town. But all I can say, and all of them told me one thing, that please convey to Sunita and the kids, they are friends, we are always there for you. All right? And on behalf of the Joseph family, I would, all I can say is God to take care of him, and may his soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Then we have Muzaffar, who's been part of the fabric of the Latamba life for many, many years. Muzaffar.
Namaskar and good morning, everyone. As everyone said, it's not easy to speak today. Whenever I think about Bhupi Bhai, I cannot think about him alone. Sunita, Varun, Dev always become a part of that. I came in their life 21 years ago, and they welcomed me to their house, to their heart, and to their life. 21 years, never a dull moment with him. He was who he was. He loved you without telling you that he loved you in his action. He will take care of you if you come to his house, come to his party, without letting you know that he's taking care of you. Bhupi Bhai will love you, and will always love you till my last breath. Thank you.
As we all know, Bhupi loved his singing. He loved his music. Music was such an integral part of him. And there were many people who joined his journey, his musical journey. One of them that has been with him from a very long time was Ajay. Ajay?
Hello everyone. We're gathered here today to celebrate life of our dear friend Bhupendra Singh, aka Bhupi, to everyone whose memory will live on in the hearts of all who knew and loved him. Bhupi Putter, you gave us so much of yourself and touched so many lives through music and your mesmerizing voice. You had this incredible ability to make people feel seen, heard, and valued. I know the band will never sound the same without you, and our lives will feel like they're missing a beat. The song has ended, my dear brother, but the melody will play and linger on forever and ever. तेरी आवाज में एक खुशबू थी और एक जादू भी था. आज जब बुप्पी की बात हो रही है तो बुप्पी की याद आना लाजमी है. एक किस्सा सुना रहा हूं आपको. We were at a show in Michigan and it was his show. We were all accompanying him and he was supposed to go on the stage after 2 songs. Him being Buppy is going back and forth because he had to go. He goes, Ajay idhar aana yaar, ye 2 gaane hain, kaun sa गाना गाऊं, मेरे नैना या चिंगारी. मैंने बोला छोड़ दे दोनों. क्यों? मैंने बोला छोड़ दे तो कौन सा गाना गाऊं. मैंने बोला ये गाना गा तू और ऑडियंस को झड़प ले. मैंने बोला ये गाना गा. मुसाफिर हूँ यारो, ना घर है ना ठिकाना, मुझे चलते जाना है बस चलते जाना. उसने जो समा बांधा वो गाने के बाद, मैंने बोला ये गाना तो बाद में भी गा सकता है, लेकिन उसने जो समा बांधा वो गाने के बाद, and he held the audience till the last song. और लास्ट में जो आखिरी गाना उसने लिया, his evergreen signature song I would say, as far as I'm concerned, वो था जिंदगी का सफर है एक ऐसा सफर, कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना नहीं. ये गाने की गूंज आज भी गूंज रही है उसकी आवाज में और मेरे कानों में भी. लोग रोने लगे तालियां बजते हुए जैसे कि आज. Let's hear it for our beloved Buppy. For the last time, someone quoted, "Parting and meeting is the rule of the world. Parting and meeting is the rule of the world, but meeting and parting is what God the Almighty has told us." Goodbye, my dearest brother. Sorry. I won't ever forget the golden times we spent together. Even though you've gone out of our lives, you'll be forever in our hearts. Goodbye is necessary before we can meet again. To let go takes love. I love you, brother, and I know you love me too. Goodbye one more time. May God rest your blessed soul in peace.
बाबू मोशाई, जिंदगी लंबी नहीं बड़ी होनी चाहिए. That was something that we heard in a movie so long ago, and that's what Buppy personified. He may not have had many years on this world, but he touched so many lives. He lived large. He was the true Punjabi, big, live life, king size guy. He wanted to do things in a grand fashion. He never thought about doing a small little thing. It was always, we'll have our family, or like Sunita likes to say, close family. But the close family meant about 150 people or so. So we are here to celebrate this man who made sure that, like everybody else has said, who made sure that each one of us was heard, was seen. You could never be in his presence and feel, he didn't notice me. He'd be the superstar, but he would know exactly what you needed. And maybe it was his catering training, or maybe it was just the wonderful man, the wonderful soul that he is or was, I can't say was. He would make sure that he would individually make sure that you were understood, that you were valued. He made sure that everybody knew that he knew what they needed. I've known him since the first day I landed in this country. I can't think of life without this extended family of mine. There are so many memories that come before you. And then you say, but those memories are our treasure. That is what Bhupi continued to give always. Never ever, being stingy about the love and the joy and the positivity that he spread. Even when he was going through the throes of cancer pain, there was never a day where he wouldn't have a smile. Even till 3 days before, I would go to the hospital and he'd have his eyes closed and I'll say, Bhupi, say it. And he'd open his eyes. I don't know. I don't know who else would react to me like that. I don't know who else would call me Ritu Raj anymore. So all I can say in true Bollywood fashion, and I can't sing, so otherwise, So it'll be, अलविदा तो अंत है, और अंत किसने देखा? बस सपनों में तुम ही यूं ही गुनगुनाते रहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना. And then to carry on, we have his nephew from Texas, Nobi.
Good morning. It's one of the most challenging things to do, to stand here in front and talk about somebody who you love, the bottom of your heart, and you got to say or bid goodbye to them on this day. It's never an easy conversation or never an easy dialogue to have. Since I moved to the US, I think it's roughly 2.5 years, 3 years back, one of the places that we always come back during any of our vacation is back to Bhupi Uncle's house. A place where we used to always sit down together, chit chat, and like cook together, sing together, have all the fun that we could have as a family. And it was our extended family because this is the only family that we had very close to us in the US, and we always used to come running here whenever we think we have feeling lonely. And every time we can come here, the one thing which reminds me every time is a warmth that we used to get from this family. And the amount of excitement and the happiness that we used to see in Uncle's eyes every time that we used to land here is unbelievable. All that I could say is he's been a bundle of joy whenever we have come here. And he's always embraced us with so much of care and love and all that he can give back to us. And all that I would wish him is rest in peace, God be with you. And I'm sure you're sitting up there and looking at all of us and having a smile on your face right now. Thank you so much.
Devi?
Oh, yes, sir. He's right over there. Little girl. Good morning, everybody.
The cameras.
So there's a lot of warmth in this room. There's a lot of warmth for everyone who's watching. Also, like we feel all of it. We feel the love. It's really wonderful that everyone is here today to celebrate the life of an awesome person. All right, he's kind of part of the family now, so all right. I don't think I can actually sit here and summarize everything that I'm feeling or want to say about my father. My father, one of the first things that I ever picked up ever since I've like gained consciousness was my dad would always be like, tension mat, stress mat kar, you know, just be happy, live life very happily, always laugh. Because life is too short to worry about the small things that honestly do not matter. He would always ask me, you know, if you're stressed out, if you're sad, if you're depressed about something, you know, really ask yourself, what is it? Find, you know, what is it that's stressing you out? More than half the time, you'll see that it is not something that is difficult to overcome. And a lot of times it doesn't even exist, what you're making in your mind. So that's when I was a kid. I've always seen my dad just cracking jokes, making fun, singing all the time. We have so many folks here who've you know, seen my dad perform before even I was born. And you know, we know what an amazing person he was in terms of a singer. A lot of the times at the shows, I would be part of the orchestra with him when I was good enough to play with him on stage. And at the end of the show, I just remember telling my dad all the mistakes he made, but then he would just kind of be like, yeah, no one heard that, bro. You know? One of the, and I mean, I'll fall short of words, I can be here for hours, but I think one thing that if I have to say at this time would be that my father really taught me the biggest value that I've gained from my father is the value of family and how you know, no matter what situation, what tough situations, or even happy times that come in your life, your family will always stand by your side. And I'll take that, and I'm flying with it. We have a little family member here somewhere. There he is in the back. Say hi, Raj. Hi. The importance of family is something that I cannot explain in words. I think I'm always going to make him proud for just, you know, imbibing all of those values that I've learned into our next generation. It starts with you, Raj. He definitely has made an impact on many, many lives. That's why we're here today. And yeah, I mean, I love my dad to say the least. I think my dad's hilarious. He's probably still cracking jokes up there. You know, he's like, Mike Chor, Jaldi Karo, you know what I'm saying? And just that little chuckle that we just heard in the room right now is something that I'll always remember. And I still crack up every morning just thinking about what my dad would say today or what he would do or something like that. My dad is an awesome father, always will be an awesome father. There's just so much things that just come to my mind. I can't just go on here, so I apologize if I'm kind of rambling on. There's not enough time in this segment here for me to just speak my heart out about what an awesome person my father is. But I do want to leave the mic with just one last thing to say that I'm very jealous, actually, of my son, Yuvraj, wherever he is. He's over there with his buddy Hayden out there. I'm very jealous of Yuvraj because growing up, my brother can attest this too. Growing up, my dad was like always very busy. He wasn't really around us too often. He would have like one day off during the middle of the week. You know, morning till night hospitality industry. We know how that is, long hours of being away from the family, and it actually does take a big toll on the family. The reason I'm jealous of Yuvraj is that ever since Yuvraj has been conceived, ever since he's been born, and just up until the last few moments, you know, of my dad's mortal life, my dad was always around Yuvraj. My dad was always cooking for Yuvraj, constantly always home, and that's something that I'm very, very jealous of my own son, because he got to enjoy his grandfather being around literally all the time, and this was after my father's diagnosis. So the amount of joy, the amount of life that we've lived after being given a death sentence of 6 months or less, that was back in July 22. And here we are 2 3/4 of a year later. We celebrate all that life that we got. We cherish all those moments that we've shared with him. And that we've shared with many of the people in the room here, along with him, who've been just part of this journey. So the journey doesn't stop here. I'm a big believer in the spiritual world, and I can just hear him right now. This is, I think, proof beyond a doubt that the spiritual world exists. I think all of us may or may not have someone that has passed that we love, and their spirit truly lives on through us, and that's something that that helps us. That helps me at least, and will always continue to be the best son I can be, the best brother I can be, the best husband I can be, and grandson that I can be, and most importantly, just the best father that I can be. I may have failed at those roles in my life at some point or the other, you know, and in some form or the other. But yeah, ever since Yuvraj has been born, ever since Dadaji's been around him, I've yet to fail as a father. And best believe that I will make my dad proud constantly every day till I take my last breath, that I will never fail as a father because of what he's imbibed in me, which is the importance of family. So thank you for listening. That's kind of all I have at this time. His memory, his spirit lives on through me, through us, through all of us, through his music. And yeah, it doesn't stop here. Yuvraj, Dadaji, I love you. Sure.
Good morning, everyone. As much as I want to say a lot of stuff about Dad, I wrote like 5 times for him, and I'm not ready to open the phone and read it out. But because we will celebrate Dad, I met Dad on September 5th, 2018, when they've decided to take me home to meet his parents out of nowhere. I was supposed to fly back to India the next day. And I meet his parents, and Dad decides to take me to the side, and he's like, I want to talk to you. And I'm like, I don't know what he wants to talk to me about. And he's like, do you know how to cook? I said, not too much, just a little. He's like, you don't have to worry about that because I am the chef here. And I'm like, okay, I pass, I guess. From that to getting married the next year, and the most fond memories that I have of Dad is going out on grocery shoppings with him, learning recipes, and him giving the most hideous names to the recipes and the dishes he would make. Chicken Muradabadi, Faizapur wala, and God knows what all he would come up with. I've learned a lot from him. Most importantly, how to be humble, not to be too hard on yourself, the importance of family. He's been the father figure in my life that my father was not right there because he was busy working. So when I came here, he was always around. I got to spend the most amazing time with Dad because Varun, Dave, Mom would all go to work, and I would get that undivided time with Dad, doing all kind of stupid things in the kitchen, experimenting with food. To him telling me, you know, Sneha, one thing I'll teach you today, good or bad, you should always know how to thank your God. And in his word, always thanks God. So, Dad, we will always love you and miss you. I can still hear you laughing and be like, shut up, Sneha, bahut ho gaya. So, thank you everyone for being here. That's it.
I guess I'll be the one to go next. I want to thank everyone for being here today. Thank you. We're here to remember Bhupendra Singh Latamba, legendary cook, legendary singer, but to me he was a legendary father, right? He is the second most important person in my life, number one being my mother. Except for when she gives me a hard time for getting married, then she goes down to number 2, right? I think my dad was the number 1, and then he'll...
Which is a big surprise, seeing Ashley Shedder Nobi comes in today. Nobi is our family son-in-law. And everybody here, I'm sure, had some jobs to work, but taking time off. I just feel it just speaks volumes of the love he has spread, and in return, how much he has got. I would like to say one quote, not a quote really, rather just a little experience, especially we have Sneha as a daughter-in-law in our house. The last morsel of the food that my mom made was a paratha, and he was not willing to eat. She said, "Let me try, Mom." I said, "Sure." She sat down with him. He took a couple of bites. He raised his hand, put it on her head, and said, "I'm going. Take care of yourself." This was about 4 to 5 weeks from today. But it's anyone. We have everybody in this room. I can speak volumes of stories, Bhupendra's musicians, friends, Bhupendra's co-singers, everyone. I mean, I really don't know. You've got kids come from college, taking a day off, and they've come here and they're flying back to their schools. Again, haven't written anything, never prepared. I'm speaking my heart out. I just have no words to express my gratitude. Thank you is too small a word. And all of you being here to bid him goodbye and being with us, our support. And I know everybody in this room, plus who are not in this room, who have loved Bhupi, shows so much of love and care. I know everybody's a phone call away for myself and my family. Thank you so much. Ashish, Shalva, everybody coming, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Kids. Dan's parents, we've always wanted to meet them for a long time. Bhupendra would say, "I'll make us spicy food," whenever we get to meet. But I think we never knew that this would be a time that we would meet. Bhupendra, I would meet you with Bhupendra like that. As everybody has said, stories are endless. You can speak as much as you want. I think we should have another memorial service for that so that we can speak our hearts out. We have Paiji from the Gurdwara for the final prayers for Bhupendra. And Bhupendra ji believed in Satnam Vaheguru, a staunch Sikh, meaning a student. He's been a student for his life, and he strongly believed in his values that he got from his parents and the spiritual scriptures that he used to listen. Thank you from the bottom of our heart for being here. Appreciate it.
So we will now, in the process of bidding the final goodbye, IG will be here in conducting the Sikh prayer service.